Hello there. Welcome to Drawing with Miss Bianchi. This drawing is just a little preview. This was my test drawing of what we are going to be doing today. We are going to be writing the word joy with putting a little Scandinavian gnome as our O in the center. I'm primarily doing this to give all of you the opportunity to have fun with some of the Christmassy type wordplay that we see out there. And also, I think I'm going to turn this into my Christmas card. So I'm definitely motivated to get this going. Okay, so now you guys can do this with any word you want. I am doing it with the word joy. This resembles an O, so to speak. It could also be an A. So if you are interested in a word that has A in it, then you can use the gnome as the A. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing my J, and I'm going to do a bubble letter J. And the way I begin this is just by, and I liked the slant. I don't know if you noticed that. Like I put mine in a slant. So I'm going to start at a slant. And I'm going to just draw towards the left-hand side and scoop up and around and in to complete my J with a parallel line towards the top. Kind of looks like a hockey stick. Then I'm going to go ahead and do my Y just to get the basis of my spacing. Again, I'm going to draw my Y as a bubble. I'm going to draw towards the center, or actually to the right, then downward. This is roughly where my J ends. Bring it up with a curved line parallel to the line we just made. Take it to the right to complete the Y and curve it center, down, curve it up, and complete our bubble Y like that. Now, I'm not loving this, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to start again. And this is our prerogative as artists. This one's nice and thick. This one looked a little too thin. I'm going to go fix it like that. Yeah, I feel much better about that. Also, take the top and create a flatter curl onward. Okay. Not too concerned that they're not perfectly symmetrical because we're going to decorate it. And that'll cover up any my perceived errors. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start with the gnome. Now, the way I started with the gnome is I started off with his tipped hat. So I just created like a little curved line here. That's the tip of his hat. And then I created a bumpy line because his hat has some folds in it. And then I start going down towards the right and then curve downward, kind of like mimicking the Y. And then I curve in because we're going to complete the hat. Okay, now instead of going straight into it, I'm going to start on this side. Okay, so I'm going to take the bottom of this little tip of the hat and parallel it, creating bumpy lines because, like I said, this hat is going to have folds in it. Go downward. And then I'm going to stop right there because there is a particular bump in this hat. I'm going to create a curved line like this. That's where his head is. Okay. And continue this bump downward. I'm going to do another slight bump like this, creating the folds in the hat, and then another one over here. Curve it down towards the center because we are going to create the bottom of the hat. Now this is going to be a simple curved line over here, and that is the very edge of his hat. I am going to come in here and do another curved line like this to create the illusion of like a little curve in his hat, like a cap. Cap. And let's see here. From there, I'm going to go ahead and create his beard. Now his beard goes very large, like it's occupies the large space right here, and it's involving a lot of jagged lines. So I'm going to start with this first jagged line where I am bringing a curved line downward and then in like that. Again, that. Another one. And now I'm going to start working my way towards the center and around. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to start my other side over here, like I did, trying to create some symmetry, but it doesn't have to be perfect symmetry because it's a beard and it's a gnome and it's a cartoon. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. So I've got his beard going. Okay, now we don't see much of his body, but we do see some of his body. But what I first want to do is I want to create his little arms. So his little arms come from underneath his hat. Don't ask me. It's a gnome. I've never seen a gnome in person. Okay, so I'm just doing a little curved line here. And then he's got this big cuff on this bulky sweater that he is wearing. So I'm creating this cuff. That curved line here, curved line over, another curve in, kind of like parentheses. And then this curve goes up like his cuff. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So we're not going to see a whole lot of his shoulder here. We're just going to see most of his cuff on this again. Curve line like a parenthesis. Did a curve up here, curve up here, and we're not going to see the inside of that cuff because it's going to be buried by his beard. Okay, so on this side of things, and actually, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to create this cuff a little bit larger over here. There we go. I've simply just expanded it. Not going to see the rest of his arm. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to go and put his little hands, which are in mittens, so we won't see lots of little fingers. But his hand is going to start right here, just curve down towards the Y, like that. And he's actually holding something. So I'm going to leave that just like that and finish up his arm, his hand on this side with like what appears to be a little thumb curving into a finger like this. Okay, so that is his hand over there. We'll get into what he's holding in just a minute. And on this side, we're going to do a curve kind of like the J we drew. Like that. Coming into a nice curve here. Inward like that. And then we're going to create like a thumb. Like a little soft V like that. And that's his thumb. And then we just want to connect this to his cuff to finish off his little mitten. Okay. Now let's see, what's his body? Let's finish his body. So his body has pretty much been covered by his beard. So we're just going to give him like this round little body here where I'm going to take it from the cuff. I'm going to start it from the cuff and then bring it down like a large parenthesis. And then we're only going to see a little bit on this side, but close here, a little bit like that. Like I said, his beard pretty much covers most of his body. And then we're going to create these feet, which don't look much like feet. They're just going to be like boots. Lots of curved lines. It's kind of like you're drawing a C, but you're extending the C far in and then curving his pants down like that. A little line to connect the 2 feet. Again, same business. Almost looks like glasses if you look at it closely. Right? His feet. That. Okay. Okay, so we got this little gnome as our O. And you know what? If you want to think about this, like I might want to, my gnome probably should have been a little bit higher because I want my letters to be at the same height. I'm just going to go ahead and bring my Y down. See, as artists, we're always contemplating how things look. Personally, this is what I want to do. I want to make sure that they are at the same ground level. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Y lower. And then maybe I'll just extend my J. Extend my J. The same premise. Typically, I would create a ground guideline. I should have done that. But as I was starting my gnome from the top down, that happens. It happens often. So it's okay. It's easy to fix. Not a problem. That's what I love about drawing. Easier to fix than, for say, painting or something you're doing with ink. And that's why I always start off with pencil. Okay, so there we go. We have our word joy. Now, if I was to go back and try to make things perfect the way I want them to be, I'm going to go ahead and correct my Y. Don't like how that came out. Okay, so now's a good time. Good time to sit there and look at our letters and decide if that's the way we want them before we start to decorate on top of them. Okay, I think I'm fairly satisfied with that. Okay, so our gnome's not done yet. He's got a little bitty nose, or actually not a little bitty nose, he's got a nose. And that is our only indication that this guy's in there, right? So we create a circle. Fairly big circle for his nose. And that's all it is, it's a circle. Cute, huh? And then the cute, adorable thing that he has in his arms. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and make him a little bit more jolly. He had a nice Thanksgiving, so he's got a little bit more on his body, kind of like all of us. Okay, so there we go. I made him a little bit more jolly. Okay, so he's holding a string of lights because he's decorating. He has decorated our joy. He's bringing joy to the world by putting Christmas lights up. So we will go ahead and start with, gosh, let's see. We can start with this side here where there's a bulb in his hand. He's holding a bulb. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just create a bulb. Here, I'm going to show you what a bulb, the essence of our bulbs, this is what they're going to look like. I'm drawing a really large version of a bulb so I can show you what they're essentially all going to look like as far as shapes like that. There's your bulb. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, but on a smaller scale. So I've got a bulb here, and it's got a string that's going down like this into another bulb. And you'll notice I am overlapping things. So that one's going touching his shoe. So I'm going to go ahead and erase the part of the shoe that we don't see. Okay. And then from that ball, let's see, where do I want to go? Let's create a bulb here. And I do want to erase this line that I didn't erase earlier. Okay. So we've got a bulb coming over here, and you guys can put your bulbs anywhere really. Oops. I'm just kind of winging it. Putting my bulbs where I think they feel right. Okay. Another bulb. Oops. Goes right here. Got to turn my phone on mute, so I need to do that. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take another bulb. This time we're going to take the string through his hand. That, like he's holding that string of lights. Let's see here. That looks pretty good. Although our bulbs are kind of small. I started off large and I ended up small. So we're going to have to do this one a little bit smaller. Always time to go back and fix things when we're done. Okay, so he's holding a string of lights right there. And let's have some lights drop from our letters. But one thing I want to do with our letters is I want to do some decorating in our letters beforehand, and then we will string the rest of the lights. But as far as our little gnome dude, he's looking pretty cute. Oh, almost forgot. Actually, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to make this line less straight, kind of curvy, puffy head, and I wanted to put a bulb that's kind of hanging off of his hat like that. This one's going to be like an ornament. So I'm going to put a nice round ornament here with the little frilly thing at the end. Okay. And you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to put his hat, give it a design. So we're going to create like stripes. We're going to make him have a red and white striped hat. So I'm just going to create some stripes. This. And where the hat is starting to curve, you're going to see some interesting shapes of the stripes, but I'm doing it in a way to allow for the curve, to have it show that it's like a flexible head, it's soft, and it is fold, it even has some folds in it. It can make more sense. Just so you know, these, and just so you are aware, this is going to be red, 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 red. Basil tapping around. She's the boss of this house, so she's got to go inspect all the different sounds that she's hearing. So these stripes that I'm making are not going to be perfect. I'm creating a sense of fluid with the stripes to give the impression that this is fabric. Okay. Again, this is going to be red. And this is going to be red. Okay. This one I'm going to show that it's creating a curve in the hat. Maybe that's where his head is underneath. And more. That's going to be hidden by the cuff of the hat. So those are our stripes. Again, this is going to be red. Where I put my little dots. Actually, this little cuff I think is, I'm also going to make it red. We'll put a nice thick black line right there to show the difference. Okay, let's see. As far as I'm concerned, that is our Scandinavian gnome. He's good to go. Okay, so now what I love to do in my letters is I like to create some patterns within them. And I think what I might do here, let's see here, I will go ahead and do some ornament type circles in my Y. And I have done these in my designs in the past. And what I tend to do is I tend to do my circles going off of the letter. It's going to be a little festive kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. I'll come back to it. But I'm going to go ahead and create different sizes too. Okay, so different sizes with them. And in this one, I think I can go nice big circle there. Maybe a medium here. The word I was looking for is not jolly, but did come to mind. I guess it's spirit. Like I said, I am making these as my Christmas cards to go out. I just can't think of anything. My kids and I didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to take a family portrait this year, with everything going on. So I decided to just do what I've been doing for the past 7 months. Do my drawings. Now, if you choose to do a different pattern, feel free. I love to do my bubbles, as you guys may have remembered in a lot of my previous drawings. Bubbles just bring me peace. And they do say that by blowing bubbles, it relieves stress. So there we go. Maybe this is my digital wave blowing off stress. Okay, so that's cute. Let's see here. What could we do over here? Oh, If you know me, you know that I am a big fan of flowers. But what I think I'm going to do instead of the flowers over here, I'm going to do a little variation, something kind of Christmassy, like cranberry-ish type flowers. What I want to do, however, is I want to build this a little bit thicker. I want to be able to include some nice designs in here, but I don't want to be restricted to this thin J that I created. Again, working through my J. Will I ever find satisfaction with my J? Does anyone know? I will. There we go. Okay, feel better about that. It's nice and big and thick. Fantastic. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to create this, I want to do this design that is fairly simple to do. It's a, let's see, I'm going to first do one, I'll describe it to you. So it kind of just looks like, it's kind of like my rendition of a snowflake, kind of, sort of. this, except on the end, I'm going to do little, actually, no, I'm not going to do little circles. I'm going to, here, let me go ahead and show you. I did the bowl. Here's the design that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a design similar like this, kind of like a snowflake-ish design, but I was going to do like little holly. That's it, holly, not cranberries, hollies, but I think maybe instead I will do little hearts like that. Oh, yeah, that'll be cute. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So that's the essential design. Let's go and erase these instead of hollies. Little hearts. So I'm thinking maybe if you guys wanted to make these into like a little holiday card for loved ones. Oh my gosh. I don't know a single person who wouldn't love to get something like that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's turn these into hearts. You know what though? I'm realizing now that my pencil needs to be sharpened. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment, mute this, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that interruption. I'm also going to move this so you can see a little bit more of the drawing. Okay, so I'm going to create this pattern throughout, and I can make it different sizes. And you can create this pattern in any which way you want. Like you do not have to, you don't have to do the hearts, you don't have to do this type of design. You can do any pattern you feel comfortable doing. And then I'm going to do little round circles there to kind of complete the pattern. We're going to put some color in it a little bit later, so not to worry about filling that in right now. Okay, maybe a little small one here. Here. So right now we're just taking a moment to create a pattern within our letter. This one's going off here. Let's see the completion of it. I'll do a little bit larger one here. I do plan out my drawings, but when I do my patterns, I'm not 100% planned out. Sometimes and let the drawings talk to me and tell me what it wants. Go right here. You can always practice some patterns. Actually, I think that's too close. Practice some patterns on the side, and then when you're ready, bring it into your drawing. You don't have to do anything as intricate as this. A couple more. Sometimes do not like that one. Go a little bit straighter. Thank you all for bearing with me with the quiet. I would love to be playing Christmas carols, but since we upload this to YouTube, we can't have anything unless it's public domain, but I don't know of any song that is public domain. But it also allows you to have the opportunity to put in Christmas carols, and I should have mentioned that at the beginning, or whatever type of music that really helps you get into that creative spirit. Almost done. Thank you for bearing with me as I complete this pattern. And maybe just something jolly on the tip. Well, you know what I can do? I think what we will do is we will start our string of lights. Like we'll add some more string of lights going along our J. So why don't we start there? I'll go ahead and start by putting the light right here. And another one, so if I have that nice white space there. I like how that little curvy thing there. Erase any lines you don't want. So when we go into color, we won't have to worry about it. Oops. Okay. Let's see here. Do some twirls. Loop-de-loops. We can do a little bulb without interfering with one of those patterns. There we go. Makes that line. Cute. And then just keep going along. I'm going to bring up some lights on this side. Some nice white space there. Just happens to work out. I'm going to put a bulb there. Okay, I'm going to erase that. So that way we can put a bulb in there. A little light bulb there. Okay. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Okay. Another Christmas bulb here. Continuing along with this idea. And maybe we can string it along into our Y. Why not? And I have like no preconceived destination for these bulbs. I'm just kind of this is the part I'm winging it. Let's try to do something fancy there. These lines are supposed to be under. Okay. You can do as little or as much as you want as far as the lights go with the little light bulbs. You can make them fancier. You can make them circle around, which is what I think I might do. I'm going to erase these lines. It's going to come up over here. I think that should have left around 26. Sorry, that should have gone in the back. What was I thinking? Let's get so carried away. Okay, so I'm going to let that go in the back. Meanwhile, I need to erase it. Erase all evidence. That line. So I'm going to put that little bubble back. So that's going to go back here. And it's going to come out here. Every once in a while, I just get too carried away, too involved, not thinking it through. I did want it to look like it's wrapped, so. There we go. This will be our last one. Feel about right? Okay. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so loving it. I've never done my own Christmas cards like this. I'm so excited. Okay, so now we have to think about colors. This is definitely going to be in my reds. So let me go ahead and start with our coloring. Hold on, you know what? Gosh, wasn't prepared. Don't have my colors. So I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay, got my colors. Okay, so I want to do this one technique with this particular J. I'm going to outline the J, and I don't normally do this, but for this particular purpose, it's going to work. I'm going to outline the J with the red that I'm going to use. And this is going to be a little challenging because remember, some things overlap and underlap. I outline my letters in the most comfortable way. So if you see me starting from the middle of the letter, it's just because I'm trying to find a nice, comfortable way to do this. Because now we're dealing with color. It doesn't erase. And you notice I'm going super slow. Do not want to make a mistake. Although you know we can always fix our mistakes, right? There's always a way around it. So I'm carefully outlining the letter and not confusing the different lines I have in my drawing. Okay. And just so I know where things are, I think I will go ahead and start with my black. Let me find my black. You know what? I'm gonna have to use my black pen. I think that'll be the easiest way to go. Or actually, you know what would make this even more colorful? Let's do green. Let's do our white string green. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to do that. And the reason I'm doing this is just to not confuse my lines. And I'm going to be very careful to go over my pencil line because I don't want to see any pencils after. Right? Really slow. And I'm starting on my J because I am right-handed. Should have mentioned this. I'm right-handed, and I don't want to drag across this way with my colors. So once I'm done coloring this, I'm not going to have my hands on it. I won't smear my colors. And I could have even used a really thin marker if I wanted to on this one, since I started with my pencil. I'll stick with that. Notice I stop and I go when I feel like I need to control my pencil better. Mainly it's so I can see where that line is. And this is where it's coming from. Okay, that's my string there. Let's go ahead and do the string here. Again, I'm doing the string because I had some bunch of lines there on that first letter, and I wanted to make sure it did not cross over them. I shouldn't have been there. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh, it's looking so cute. I'm just loving this. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my design here, and for that I want to bring in definitely my pens because I need them to be as sharp as possible. Oh, here they are. Okay. Okay, so these lines I want them to be as sharp as possible, and I'm going to make these. I keep calling them snowflakes because I don't have a better name for them, but I'm using really thin line drawing pens. Go ahead and do my lines over my pencil. Do all my black lines first. Again, any type of design you want to do is going to be perfect. And it'll definitely represent your personality. However, if you feel like you need to replicate mine, feel free. It will always be your very own because you're the one who did it. Good. Always going super slow. Speeding causes accidents. Slow and steady wins the race. Although I will admit, sometimes I get so excited about my designs and I want to see them done that I tend to go a little bit fast sometimes. Okay, that's perfect for that outline. See, I got all my black lines. Yes. Okay. On to my red. Okay. Now my red for this, I can go ahead and use for like the little hearts. I can use my red marker because I am doing very small hearts to begin with. It gives me a little bit more control. You can do it with your colored pencil. Since I have these lovelies here, I'm going to go ahead and use them. Oops, that should have been under. Trying to be mindful of what it's supposed to be as far as space and visuals. This is also a good time that like I don't think I drew the heart very well in pencil, and I can go back and give it a little bit more. Oomph. I also think I want to put a little red here. Could be red or black, but I think I like the red. It's starting to come out nice. You know, for some reason, my camera looks a little blurry. I can fix this. Hmm. Sorry about that, guys. Probably should have washed the cameras, but I don't want to do that right now. Character mood. Oh, my cats is coming after me. It's going to come sit on my lap. Disturb the peace here. These poor animals when we all go back to school, you know? They are going to be so lost. Okay, I'm going very slow. Hmm. I'm not sure if Audrey's purring is audible to you, but she is quite the purr master. Okay, now I do know I did not do my red dots. I need to go back and do my red dots before I forget. I still have a technique that I'm going to do with the shading gem. So bear with me. No, 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 no. Audrey wants to get in on the drawing. No, no, no. I always have to worry when I have my cat on my lap when I'm drawing with markers because she likes to nudge my hands. I hate that. She has influenced, I should say, some of my drawings in the past. Not nice. Almost done with this, and then I can show you the shading that I wanted to share with you for the letter O. No. Got all these animals. Okay. And I should warn you when you do a design that has a lot of little pieces, it does tend to take a while for the coloring, but that's okay. That's part of it, right? Okay, I love that design. Okay, wow. This is the shading I wanted to show you. So what I do is I start with a dark, you know what? I'm wondering if we should go in there and do, no, let me do the shading. Okay, I think I'll start over here though, the more visible spot. So I start with a dark line with some thickness, right? So it's thicker than that outline. And don't worry about that little heart getting lost. I'll outline that with black afterwards and then it'll pop. So I do that, my semi-thick line. And remember, we're not just coloring over things. We're being very aware of where certain patterns are, where the Christmas light cords are. Okay, you guys, I need to move Audrey because she's trying to nudge my hand and I don't want her to influence my coloring. Okay, sorry about that. Now her and Hazel are gonna start communicating with each other. Okay, so just to show you what this is gonna look like so you don't worry about your hearts being lost, I'll come in here with my black marker and show you what that looks like. So we're gonna afterwards, we'll come in there and do that. So you don't have to worry about those getting lost. Okay, but for now, yeah, my animals like to communicate with each other. And I'm constantly moving my paper around. I don't, you guys can't see it because my camera is on top of my paper, so it moves with it. But the reason I'm telling you that is because move your paper that makes it most comfortable for you to color, to draw. You don't want to be drawing like upside down like that. That doesn't do anyone any good, really. Okay, so kind of these spots are a little bit iffy. Okay, almost done with the initial thick line. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that afterwards. Okay, so I've got my thick line there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a value change out of that. And I'll show you what that looks like. So here's my thick dark line. Now I'm going to create a medium line towards the center. Medium. And I'm going to soften it up by softening the pressure of my pencil. And when I get towards the center, it's going to be like such a light red. And I'm going to actually leave the center white. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that shading. So try to do a gradual dark, medium to light, dark, medium to light. And you can even see it on this side too. Dark, medium to light. And remember, you got to go around all these little designs you created, doing the same thing. You do not have to do this. You can just choose to do the background a certain color. But I do like to always create an art lesson in this. Going to be a real artsy art lesson. Showing value change. And you know what? I am going to put that outline on these hearts so we don't lose them. All night. Come on. My animals are on my table. There we go. Maybe I should do that first. Let's do that. since I am using the same color with my background. That was my little details. Okay. Okay. So you can see what that's going to look like. It's going to look beautiful when I do that. But I'm not going to waste your time right now completing it. Let's go ahead and have a little fun and do our little light bulb. So this will be semi-complete. Okay, so we're going to have some yellow. We're going to have some blue. We'll have some red, greens. Let's pull those colors out. I think I'm going to focus on, let's see, I'll do some of the colors here that I haven't quite put in there yet. Making sure I erase any lines that I don't want so it doesn't show up under the color. Okay. Oh, and you know what? These bases can be any color also. We can create, those can be a green to go along with our cord. So if we want to just color this green too, we can do that. This one right now is going to be a green one. I'm going to outline it with a dark green. And then I'm going to color it in with like a medium green. But we're going to leave like a little tiny strip of white. Like that, to give it the illusion of a reflection. Okay, so now I'm going to do the base green. And I guess we could go around and do all of these bases green right now if we wanted to, but I'm too anxious to do my beautiful light bulbs. So let's see here. Here's a good blue. That's a purple. Be careful. Read your colors because I have done that many, many times where I have thought I was picking up a blue and it ended up being a purple. Yeah, violet. Okay, you know what? This is a cute blue. So we'll do this blue. Again, outlining it dark. And then I'm going to do a medium color inside and then leave a little patch of white to give that little reflection like that. Looks cute, doesn't it? Okay, so we got green, we've got blue. Let's do yellow. Let's do yellow. Now, when you're doing yellow, let's remember, yellow is a very light color. So if there's any pencil marks in this that you don't want to show up, then make sure you erase them first. Well, my colors don't seem to have a good yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a orange, Spanish orange. Oops, let's not forget. Green. Okay. Then I'll do, my outline. But you're still going to see the outline of the pencil. But if you don't want to see that, erase that. Medium color. And then don't forget a little white area to show the reflection. Okay, so we could do another color. Let's see. You know what? My lights on my house have purple. So I'm going to do purple. And then you'll just start the sequence over again. Okay, so outline, purple, medium, and a little sprig of white. There you go. And you know, we can do red. There's a lot of red in this particular design. Not a problem, because that's why I chose it to be outside. I wanted to do one more color before the red, so it would be outside of the other red. Again, outlining it. medium, and then leaving a little red. I mean, white. Oh my gosh, this is looking so cute. I'm so happy. So now we're going to start it off again. We're going to start off the sequence again. So if you're one of those who gets lost frequently, what you can do right now, let's go ahead and do this together. I'm outlining them. So green. Oh, is this the blue I used? No. Sharper. Blue. All right, because we're doing the sequence. Then yellow, or in my case, orange. Okay, I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to erase this a little bit so it just has ghost lines because it's yellow. Otherwise, you'll see a dark pencil line. Okay. Okay. Better. Okay. And then what else came? Purple. Got all these in my hand. Look at that. Purple. And then red. Okay. And then start again. So we got green. Blue. On this side. Yellow. So I'm going to erase this again because I liked how it looked. Not having that thick pencil on me. Yellow. Purple. Red. Okay. And then we can start this off. Let's see, I want to see. Green, blue, yellow, purple. Yeah, let's do that. That's perfect. So I'm going to do this as green, blue, yellow. So I'm going to erase that. Don't have these pencil lines. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are liking this because I'm just loving this. Okay, purple. Yeah, got a lot of lines going on here. What's going on with that? Well, I'll cover it up. It's a dark color. Okay, so we've got all of our lights set, so we don't have to worry about losing our color scheme. You think I did this for you? I did it for me because otherwise I'd get lost. I'm going to do all of my green bases. Why not? Okay, so you know what? Actually, I don't want to waste your time with the green bases. So let's go ahead and let's start in on our gnome. I know this video is longer than we have had in the past. I don't know how long it is, but I want to get you started on most of these colors and then you can work on your own. The beard's going to be white, so there you go. We don't have to worry about that. The hat is white checkered. And I remember I told you I put like little dots of where the red was. So let's go ahead and color in every color. Okay. So exciting. I've always wanted to put a gnome in my garden. So this particular design is called a Scandinavian Gnome. Okay. Look back. Mhm. Hmm. Oh, got all lost. I think I put dots in the wrong spot. So this is white and red. White and red. I think I did put my dots in the wrong spot. So that's good. Now figuring that out. Or did I do too big? No. This is what I did. Okay, so this is going to be, I'm going to cut this in half because that otherwise would be way too thick. Okay, I got it. We're good. See, that's why I did the outlines of the lights. You can easily get lost in the drawings. Okay. This is a white stripe. This is a red stripe. Stripe. Kind of rushing a little bit. Just worry about the length of this video. I don't want you guys to get discouraged. You can always come back and watch it another time. Speed it up. And then red goes this on the back side. However, we are also going to have this cup of the hat red. But maybe we'll make that like a medium red so we can tell the difference. I'm not going to erase this line. I don't want that line there. Okay. So we understand that that is the cup. Now the nose is kind of flesh-like, but let's see what we have in our colored pencils. Remember the beard is white, unless you want to do something fun with like a gray. The green, okay. Okay, so the nose, let's figure out the nose. Let's look in our little colors. Ooh, look at this. I do have a peach. Okay. So you can make this gnome look however you want it to look. It could be any nationality. Hold on, I gotta do a little mute because I need to sharpen this pencil. I'm back. Okay. The important thing is make sure you erase any lines because this is a light color we are coloring with. So erase any lines you do not want. Otherwise it'll show up. Okay. And I'm going to color in his nose. Like a medium coloring, same direction. You want to make sure you don't want to crisscross. It'll look like you're crisscrossing. And down to iron down to the lines. I'm going to do some nice curves. A little darker color here. Darker color. Okay. And also leaving some little white highlight spots on his nose. Okay, so that's his nose. And let's see, we're going to do his pants. His pants will do, we could do any color with his pants. I think I'm going to look at possibly, you know what, let's do green. I'm going to do green. But this is a different green than the other green. So his pants will be a dark green. Being very careful around his beard. I don't want to get on his beard. Again, you can always do markers for this if you want, if you feel confident. And going slow. See how I'm outlining this beard? That's actually creating like a barrier, telling me that not to color in past this. There we go. Okay, then his sleeves are going to be a different color, so as well as his gloves. His gloves are going to be red. And give me a little red. Match his hat. Green peanuts. Coming around slow. Okay. Just think though, after this video, if you bear with me through this whole video, you will have an adorable little card that you can give to a family member, a friend. Put inside the card like a little gift, like I promise you, I will take out the trash for a week without complaining. I promise you, I'll do the dishes for a week without complaining. Whatever you want that gift to be, I will bring you joy by not complaining. Okay, finishing this. Let's see what his shirt's gonna be. And remember, this is a very delicate space here. We are getting close to other lines that we have created in our drawing. We don't want to lose those lines. So we go very cautiously, maybe even leaving like a little white outline barrier, just so we don't lose. See, we did a little tiny white outline barrier, so we don't lose that line. Okay. Okay. We can do his shoes. His shoes will be red. So we'll do his shoes and his little mittens. Now I've decided I'm not going to have this line here. Not so his mittens are red. I'm going darker around the areas. I want to make sure we can see. Definitely define the space between the thumb. Okay. And then his shoes are also red. He's very Christmassy. Making sure you do not color over for the lines. And what color is his shirt gonna be? You know what? Blue. We can do a blue. Let's do a blue. Let's see which type of blue. Nothing too much of this. Let's see. I do want to do a different blue than we have. I don't want him to look like he's wearing the same blue as. Oh, we got indigo blue. Indigo blue. And if you wanted to, you can do some sort of design with it, but you know what? I don't have to. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of stripes. Super easy to do stripes, right? just stripes on this cuff. You know, if you don't like the stripes afterwards, you can always color them in. Okay, this is the shirt on the other side. I don't know if you've noticing, like my fingers are not touching the paper. Okay. Do not want to smear any of this. So I did strips on the other side. So let's see how we do this. Strip. Got a curve because it's a curved cuff. And you know what? I'm not loving that in between the stripes are white. So you know what I'm going to do? A little blue. Alright. So it's not white. But I still see the stripes. I just don't like the white because of the white beard. Just want to confuse. Oh, there we go. Cute little dude. Okay, so our buddy's done. Now let's go ahead and do our Y. And I'm going to go ahead and just show you how to do the Y. I'm not going to finish it, just like I did not finish the red. Okay, throwing off a lot of that stuff. Mainly because I don't want to waste your time. You can always do that on your own. I think I do want to make this though. Should we make it green? Let's make it green. Yeah? Should we do green? So what we can do is we can do, do I have a different green? Ah, I do have a different green. Fantastic. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the center. Let's see if I like this color green. Not loving that color green. It's too bright. What is this green? True green. It's called true green. Not so sure about that. You know what? I can always overlay colors. So I think I'm going to do my little circles one green and then color around it a different green. How about we do that? So then I guess this color is not so bad if it's just going to be the little circles. Or you can turn these into ornaments if you want. I think I'm just going to do circles. That's what I'm going to do. Something is making a dent. If it's something else underneath it. Okay. Well, just going to go ahead and color these in. And like I said, I'm going to do these one color, and then I can do the outside a different green, or even another color if you want. So since this is a light green, going back and erasing all these lines, I do not want to show up. Very careful not to smear. So I also like to color when I'm coloring circular designs. Sometimes I do color in circles, and helps me not to go outside the lines. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for these guys. You could, if you wanted to, I mentioned this, do these multiple colors, which would be fun. Also, okay. I think you guys get the idea. I'll show you what it looks like to add the other green involving the darker green, dark outline. could actually on this also do what I did with the red if you wanted to. Starting off with dark. See, and it's always fun to experiment with things like this because if you start off with that type of similar design where you go dark to medium to light, if you don't like it, you can always just go darker over it. I don't know if it's going to work so much with these circles here. Oops. That happens every once in a while. Outline. And that looks. Well, if we remember, we did the chord screen, so now we don't want to lose the chord, right? So what I would do is I would go around the chord with just a black line like that. Just a little bit of barrier. Okay. And that's the basics of how you would finish coloring everything. I'm going to stop this recording. I'm going to finish this up so I don't waste your time, and then I'll start it again with the finished product. Okay, so I finished the, oh, not quite. Sorry, I missed a spot. I finished the Y. I didn't want you guys to have to sit there through that. It's just a bunch of coloring. Just so you noticed, I went over the green line for the lights over in black because I decided to color the light green. Which I really thought about that. Not the best choice, but anyway. Okay, so the Y is done. And remember we had outlined our lights so that we knew what we were going to color them. So let's go back and color those in. Remember, color medium, leaving a tad bit white for the little highlight. Oh, loving this. This looks so cute. Sorry guys, I'm so excited. We're just going to go in and color all these. Leaving a tad bit of white any which way. Just give like a little highlight. Make sure you're picking up the correct colors when you're doing that. I'm telling that to myself, actually. Okay. Where's the other purple? Since I have purple in my hand, here's the other purple. Just going to go ahead and do the other purple. Let's just get the purples done. So at the end of this video, you guys will have a cute little card. Okay, purple's done. Next color, red. Got a lot of red in this, but you know what? 'Tis the season. So I am focusing on more the commercialized Christmas seasons. If you don't celebrate it, I do apologize. That's why I kind of did choose a word. I can go with anything. Red. You could also do this design just by itself with the gnome, sitting there. Well, you know what? I thought I did all of my greens. I guess I did not. I also outlined these little bottoms of the lights where it intersected with the green of my Y. I outlined them with black. Which I just except for these guys. Okay. Go. It's right there. Okay. Red. Oh no. What's after red? Green again. Oh, I have the green in my hand. Oh yeah, I outlined that in black. I don't know if you could see that, but I outlined it in black. Okay, do I want my green to? No, let's do this green. All my greens are done. Let me go to the blue. And those. Okay. And then just need to finish with the yellow. And then our lights will be done. Awesome. Oh, we almost forgot that guy right up here. So this, you know what? Let's do this black. Oh, actually, I think that was green. See these dark colors all look alike. Let's go ahead and get this like a black string. Okay. I think I'm going to create a little bit of striping in here. I'm not going to leave it white. Just going to go over it with the red very lightly, but still gives the illusion of stripes, right? Okay, just to finish off that. Draw out a pop off page like that. Okay. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to outline a bunch of this stuff in black. Don't need to do that with you on video, but this is essentially what I do. When I outline everything, it allows for it to pop a little bit. Just let that cartoon finish. Covers up my pencil marks. Some little folds in here. Okay, let's see. What else do I need to do besides this coloring? I think we are good. So I'm going to pause again so I can finish this coloring for you and come back and we'll have to finish drawing. Uh-oh. It's not working. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so I went over my J and I colored it in very lightly. Now I'm going to go back and add the medium to show the value change from dark, medium to light. And then we will have a completed drawing. Also, like I mentioned earlier about the outlining, we'll go ahead and outline most of the important distinguishing shapes, like our lights and near the circles in here. And that way it gives it that finished look. I have a hard time convincing students that that is important, but it really does give it that finished, completed look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this particular drawing. I'm excited about it. It's going to about 75 different people. I think what I'll do is I'll make a photo of this and then print out the photo on cards, and that's how I'm going to send it out to my peeps. Just a little hello, virtual teaching here. I'm hoping that everyone enjoys their holiday despite what's going on, and that you are filled with a sense of peace and joy and love, and know that we're here for you. These videos come out once a week. At least once a week here. Maybe here with Miss Bianchi. Learning a little bit something about art. Helping me to learn a little bit something about art. How's that look? Looking good? Looks pretty good. Well, thank you all very much for joining me in this little adventure. What should we name our little gnome? Let's name our gnome Joy. Joy. I love it. Okay. Thank you guys, and have a very fantastic week. Trying to get a good picture of that, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.